Hi everyone, and welcome to The Witcher 3. I'm going to be covering The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is an open world RPG. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you either have never played Witcher 3, perhaps you've heard of it, but never played it, or you have played it, and maybe you'd like to return and just explore with me and get immersed in the amazing, dynamic world of this masterpiece of an RPG. For those of you who do not know anything about The Witcher 3, The Witcher 3 is a vast, open-world RPG with some of the most dynamic elements you'll ever see. There's dynamic weather, dynamic day-night cycles, dynamic environments. For instance, if a pack of wolves is attacking you, and you get tore up and you run away and you happen to run toward a settlement, the wolves will attack the settlers. The settlers may attack or run or scream run away from the wolves. It's a living, breathing world like no other. The closest game I could compare this to is Skyrim. It is different, but it is equal as far as scope and being a masterpiece. Skyrim had a first-person mode. Witcher 3 is entirely third-person. So if that's a consideration, but other games that I considered playing were that are also considered masterpieces would be something like Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, Dragon Age Inquisition, or the first Dragon Age. However, because of shortcomings in those games, and shortcomings that Witcher 3 included that they did not, like dynamic mission system, dynamic pretty much everything. There's no day-night cycle in Dragon Age Inquisition. And you may say, who cares? Well, I'm all about immersion. I'm all about the role-playing experience. I'm all about exploration. So I want as much environmental details in the game as is possible. By the way, the musical score and the sound quality in the game as a whole is amazing. I'm going to include some of the music in some of my videos, but I like to hear the environment. So in most of my videos, I think I'm going to turn down the music and just keep the main sounds and the sound effects. But anyways, moving on. So this is just an introductory video to introduce you guys to The Witcher 3. Now, I need to let you know, this is not like the other games I've covered. It is dark. It is violent. It can also be joyful and hilarious. The sarcastic sense of humor in this is really funny at times. But it is definitely a dark game. It borrows themes from, say, a medieval. There's a lot of magic, a lot of medieval, but also a lot of Norse mythology. Mythology in general blended into this game very well. If you like harpies and sirens and leshies and griffins and all this, as you can see, a griffin head as a trophy that I took on the side of my horse. It gives you a buff. Then you'll love this game. Just wanted to give that little warning there, though, for any of you who are not really into darker games. Now, I'm not going to focus on combat and mutilating and killing in this. It's all about immersion, exploration, and seeing the visuals of the game. But, however, there will be confrontations. It's inevitable in The Witcher 3, and some of it is downright amazing. There will be a battle at the end of this, by the way. I say a battle. To show off a random encounter. Guys, there are hundreds of side quests in this, and they're very dynamic. And you'll just be out exploring, and you may come across some bandits, and you attack them, and you think that's the end of it. But then you may see that they were set up next to a cave, and you explore the cave, and it becomes what would be a main quest in a lot of other games, and that's just one of hundreds. I'm not going to name specific numbers of main quests and side quests, but there is hundreds of hours of gameplay. I think CD Projekt Red says at least 100 to 150 hours in the main game. There are people who have played this for thousands of hours. I never finished the game. I'm coming back to the game myself. I played about 100 hours, and I never finish games, though. I'm not a completionist. I don't finish games. I like to come back to them in the future and then see more of it, so to prolong the experience so it never ends. But anyways, here's one of these random encounters, right? Here's some bandits picking on these merchants that were on the road, and what? Off with his head. Yep. So, yep, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click off here now, guys, and let you hear this dialogue here. I hope you enjoy the Witcher 3 series. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys next time.
Louts didn't get the chance, thank the gods. It's them you cut down, waited until we passed the last settlements, then attacked. And to think, I made sure the scoundrels were well armed. We stood no chance against them.
Why'd you come all the way to Velen? Not many to sell to around here.
Well, there's the Baron. Perhaps you've heard of him.
Worth the journey just to sell to him?
We'd never have set course for these gods-forsaken lands if it wasn't. And we've not much competition. That's the upside. Thank you. Please, this was to be theirs at our destination. Now it's yours.